Continuing to field questions for USMLE, I have a student from within our Telegram group who says that he or she just passed the step 1. Of course, it's a pass-fail exam. Step 2 CK is in September, got a 230 on UWorld self-assessment. Student asks, should I postpone the exam? And then also goes on to say that he or she's interested in internal medicine specifically. So that can be factored in as far as should the student postpone, okay? I know many of you are going to be interested in different specialties. So what do I make of the 230 on your old self-assessment in relation to postponing in general? And also, do I have any points about internal medicine applying into that scores you might need? So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Give the video a like, really appreciate it. Find me on Instagram at mehlman_medical, mehlman_medical, links down below. Find me on Telegram, links to the Telegram group and channel down below, and I'll start the clip. So students asking about his or her 230 on your world self-assessment. Should he or she postpone? And also, can I discuss that within the context of internal medicine? I can say that I don't recommend postponing if you're passing, okay? And I've made prior clips on this, I'm very conservative in terms of students postponing because 9 out of 10 times, most students aren't going to use their extra time efficiently or as effectively as they might imagine, okay? If it's a scenario where you're genuinely able to sit in your room for 12 hours a day, not get distracted, not procrastinate, and do assiduous study of the Clinical Mastery Series forms, the nbme forms, then yes, you should postpone. Also, if you haven't done all the nbmes yet, you should postpone because objectively, you haven't yet fully prepared. Okay, but overall, as I said, I'm very conservative. Your score in the UWorld self-assessment, I want you sitting the NBMEs. I don't give a fuck about UWSA. But let's say you take an NBME and you get a 230, same as you have in the UWSA. I don't really, as I said, I don't really see a reason for you to postpone the majority of the time. Okay, if you haven't gone through the NBMEs, that's one thing. But just in general, I edge on the side of you not needing to postpone. Also, within the context of internal medicine, look, students have said something about the average application score being low 240s for that. There's objective information online that I've not specifically looked into, okay? They have all of the match stats. It's no one's opinion, okay? You can Google this stuff where they have all of the match stats for every specialty, IMGs, American grads, okay? People who matched, didn't match. But for internal medicine, you don't need high scores, okay? If students just passing, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. IM's an amazing specialty because you can pivot in so many different directions and you don't need a high score. You don't need research, okay? So it's a very appealing specialty if a student isn't scoring high and won't be scoring high in the 2CK, but who doesn't particularly want family medicine, okay? Because IM can be your hospital specialty, but it's not difficult to get into overall. It's a long discussion. If your scores are weak, I want you applying into transitional years / preliminary years. They're 1-year programs, and then you can pivot as a PGY2 in many circumstances into the full-length categorical program. So students who don't match, it's because they don't apply into preliminary years and transitional years. It's a big fucking mistake, okay? So look, without making this an extended meandering clip, I edge on the side of students not postponing if they're already passing. If you're scoring decently already, I would only say you could possibly postpone if you haven't gone through all the NBME material, okay? And in terms of internal medicine, phenomenal specialty if you want something hospital-based, but you're not necessarily scoring high. And just for the record, you can score very high and still want internal medicine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You can score 260s, 270s, and by all means do family medicine. But the student asked about IM, and I'm just saying overall, it's an excellent specialty in that you don't have to worry about getting an extremely competitive score and still have a very fulfilling career and pivot in many directions. You know the deal. I'm going to continue to make more content. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate your time. That's it.